Name 7 life skills that Christians can apply in their day-to-day activities. Yes? What is life skills? Let's start there. What is life skills? You have a lesson called life skills there. Yes. Yes, so tell me what is life skills, because it is already there. What are life skills? Yes?
Life skill is to be encouraged or advised how to live.
Yes, basically, that's it on normal language, very good. There you are being told it is the ability. It's the ability to choose the right behavior. Yes, the ability to choose the right behavior. That is what actually is said, is their ability to develop the correct behavior. According to the standard, to develop the correct behavior. So, what are these life skills? We have assertiveness, we have decision making, self-esteem, creative thinking, self-awareness, effective communication, negotiation, conflict resolution. So we start with assertiveness. We start with assertiveness. This is where if we say you are assertive, it means you can be able to communicate. You are able to communicate your needs and your opinion clearly and respectively. That means you are assertive. You can communicate your opinion and what you need clearly and respectively. Let's say in the morning I've said open the door. Open the door. For you to be assertive, to communicate your needs and opinions clearly and respectively. If I've said you open the door because most of you are sleeping, you follow the teacher. You follow the teacher to the office and you ask them, excuse me, madam, I am not feeling well today. I have a sore throat. I'm on medication. So the door is becoming what? A challenge to me. So can I please do what? Close it. That is being assertive. You are communicating your needs and it is your opinion, right? Everything you say, it's an opinion. Clearly, it's very clear. I'm sick, right? You're very sick. It's clear. And it's respectively. Can I? Respective and started from the time that you went to the teacher's what? Office. You did not shout here. No matter what you're going to say, because you went to the office, it's already what? Respectful. So that is what we call assertive. Someone has stepped on you when they're entering where? The class. Are you assertive? Are you assertive if someone has stepped on you? Do you abuse them? Or are you going to say, excuse me, you just stepped on me? You're communicating clearly. You stepped on? Yes. And it is respectful because you said what? Excuse me. And you're not shouting. You're being assertive. The second life skill that you apply in your day-to-day activity is decision making. In decision making, you have the problem. You have the problem. You assess the information that you have. You have the problem, number one. You gather information. You assess the information so that you can select an action to take. That is decision making. You have the problem. You gather information about the problem. You assess all the alternatives from the gathered information, and then you take an action. You select the action that you're going to take. That is decision making. For example, today in your home, you find that both your parents are working. Your mother earns around 100,000 Kenya shillings, right? And your father earns 1.2 per month. That is a normal case in Kenya. Where are you living? Maybe you're living in Karen. It's your own estate, so you're living there. So your mom earns 100, your dad has what? 1.2. So you're living there because of your what? Your dad. You have a lifestyle. You're going to school in the university. You're driving a car, it's fueled by your dad every day, right? And then, your mom works, right? They are happily married. And you have 2 other siblings. You have 2 other siblings. Of course, you're the eldest. In the university, you're driving. The 2 others are where? They are in what? They're in Cambridge schools. They are paying each a school fees of around 400,000. You see, your mom cannot pay. It's only your dad who can pay that money, right? Yeah. And you have properties and everything, all the names are under your dad. And then one day, as you're driving from the university, because you are a young man, you have a girlfriend, and then the girlfriend tells you, oh, let's go have pizza. You go to have a pizza in a pizza joint. As you're getting to the pizza joint, you tell your girlfriend to go pay. You give them your card to go pay as you go to the what? To the restroom. As you go to when you're coming back from the restroom now, you find your dad and your girlfriend kissing. Make a decision. Make a decision. Don't say, Sangilo, you don't have money. The car that you're driving, I told you the problem. The problem is your father is kissing your girlfriend. Yes? This is your father is married to you gather information, is married to your mother. Your father is paid 1.2. Your mother 100. If you are living on 1.2 million, you cannot live under 100,000. You can never. You are living in your father's estate. Your father is the money. Number 2, decision making is very challenging. This is your girlfriend. You love your girlfriend, right? You love your mother, right? Are you going to tell your mom? Yes. If you tell your mother also, remember your father might also not pay school fees for your what? The siblings. Your mother's salary cannot even pay their school fees. I've even seen parents who've divorced. They've divorced and the mother has gone to live in the way you go to, is it 2-bedroom house? And then the child could not survive because they could not survive there. The mother had to release the child back to the what? The father, because the lifestyle, the child cannot adjust. So ask yourself, you're supposed to have told you the problem. You're gathering information still, right? Yes. So that you are assessing the alternatives so that you can make the right decision. Number 1, do you know you cannot compete with your father at that stage? No matter how you like your girlfriend, you cannot compete with him. You cannot. In this situation, you cannot. You're not liquid enough. You're not liquid enough like him. You're not. Even if you compete, he's funding you. Actually, the car that you have is your father's. There's no situation you're going. You're in school still. Yes, you assess the alternatives. Number 1, you're not supposed to. That's why now you have life skills so that you can control emotions. You go number 1. You grade them so that you can know what's going on. You've made judgment before you do what? You even make the decision. You see now you've only thought about they are in the relationship. Maybe we don't know. Maybe one of you is Italian. You know Italians have to kiss each other 3 times. They have to. All Italians do that. Do you know that? Yes. Yes. Maybe the girl is the issue because he was having a relationship with both of you. Maybe the girl is the issue. Maybe your father was tempted. How do you know? You're only thinking about yourself. You see? That is what is called decision making. So we go to self-esteem. This is how much you like yourself and value yourself. Do you know your personal worth? Are you confident about your abilities? That is what we call self-esteem. Are you confident about your abilities? Are you going to stand here and talk, give us a story? Or you stand in the parade, you make an announcement, and no matter what people say, you know you're speaking correct English. Even if you have an accent from your mother tongue, you're going to say it, and tomorrow say it again, and you practice until you get where you're going. You know, people, why are you laughing? I told you the other day, my nephew, I don't know whether it's in this class, my nephew was speaking mother tongue. Actually, because the mother wanted him to speak the mother tongue, we had to take him every time to go start speaking mother tongue after they were born. And then, all of a sudden, he started speaking one word of what? Swahili. After all, you know, now he's gone to school. It's called playgroup. Yeah, playgroup. Do you know the other day I was talking to him and I was tired? Because he keeps on telling me, can we go buy gummy bears because I'm so bored? You can be shocked the way he was pronouncing the words, and I'm just there. And this was a child who was speaking our mother tongue better than all of you. He talked about gummy bears I had to go buy them. Now, in that environment where they live, everyone has to speak English full time because he knows nothing else. And he will give you stories, everything like that. And he was speaking clear mother tongue more than you. So that helped me know that it's not about where you are born. It's about how you socialize yourself, right? Because it's a child. A child is confident about themselves, self-esteem, right? They are going to learn and they are going to talk all the time. Like the way they were talking the mother tongue the other day. If I could bring him here, you could be shocked. You would not even hear what he's saying, some of the words. You keep on saying, come up again. Sorry, what are you saying? Huh? So what am I? No, I'm not telling you this because it's a story. I'm telling you can speak also. Are you understanding? You're young, you can speak. It's only because you don't want. You do not have self-esteem to stand here and speak today, and they laugh and you speak again. You read here a story in English, you shrub, then you start abusing other people because you shall say, yes, it's okay, laugh. It's okay, and you move on. There are many ways for you to learn English. If you also want to learn English very fast, if you have a child, when they are viewing anything on TV, yeah, you put the substitutes. You see how they come, the words? Yeah. They just come on your mind. Even you can put the substitutes so they can come. If you're watching a movie like that, they help you to articulate the words well, and also for your spelling. But then again, you do not want to struggle. You want to keep on staying in your comfort zone. If today we can tell you to go learn Chinese, what are you going to do? You see? Because your mindset is the local person. You have to change your mindset to where you're capable. You have to have self-esteem. You have to be confident about your ability. Confident about your ability. Then we go to creative thinking. Are we together? Who's talking? I'm talking about creative thinking. Here is about, it is where you're about to, it is ability to generate new, unique ideas to solve an issue. You generate what? New, unique ideas. Your ideas should be new. They should be unique. And these ideas, of course, because it's creative thinking, they solve what? A problem. The person who came with ChatGPT wanted to solve a problem, right? Yes. They just came now. Your university will not be like mine. Yours is changed for life. No one is going to give you difficult. There is a person who came up with a new idea. And they're using it everywhere. Anyone who came with AI, that is a unique word. Someone who came with, what is another issue? Uber, yes? That was someone's idea, right? Yes. Someone that, what other idea that came up the other day for you people, the young people? Another new idea? The what? Bolt. Yes, the owner of Alibaba also, that was a new unique idea. The ones for computer. I don't know, the person who came with the iPhone, right? The person who came with the iPhone. Also, that was a unique idea then. Then we go to self-awareness. Who is this who's talking? We go to self-awareness. That is another skill you apply in your day-to-day activities. This is where, if you're self-aware, you're able to understand your feelings. You understand your feelings, how you're feeling. Who's this not understanding their feelings? I'm saying if you're self-aware, you recognize and you understand your own feelings and thoughts. What you're thinking, you can be able to understand it.
Yes.
Do you understand how you feel?
Yes.
Sometimes you don't. Or your thoughts. You don't. Do you take time to wonder why you're thinking what you're thinking? Do you take time to understand your feelings? You're feeling a lot of anger towards someone. Do you take time to understand, why am I feeling this anger towards him? That is what we call self-aware, being self-aware. You ask yourself, why do I have this mindset? Why do I think this music is bad for me? Who told me so? Who told you this is bad music? Who told you this is bad and it's not good? Who told you that? Why are you feeling the way you're feeling? I don't question. I question everything. Even when someone tells me something, it is the right thing. No, I have to sit down and think whether this is good for me or not. Because everyone you're told, even what I'm telling you now, you're someone's child. What I'm telling you, it's an opinion now. It's an opinion I have. Because maybe I read it somewhere, I was told by someone. Yeah, just like that. It's an opinion. Everything you're told, even in church, even if a priest comes here and preaches to us, it's his what? Opinion. So, because of their opinion, they have to keep on basing them on the what? On the Bible all the time.